저는 만 5살에 바이올린을 시작했는데요. 바이올린 소리를 워낙 좋아했어서 그 특유의 따뜻함과 약간 사람의 목소리 같은 목소리를 갖고 있거든요, 바이올린이. 저는 무대에 올랐을 때보다는 이제 혼자 연습할 때 더 큰 희열을 느끼는데 제가 표현하고자 하는 음악이 잘 나왔을 때 그때 가장 큰 기쁨을 느끼는 것 같아요. 그래서 저만의 색깔을 어떻게 하면 찾아갈 수 있을까 그걸 제일 많이 고민하는 것 같아요. 아무래도 연습을 할 때는 이제 생각과 고민을 많이 하는 반면에 무대에서 연주할 때는 정말 머릿속을 비우고 아무 생각도 안 하려고 하는 것 같아요. 무대에서는 자유롭게 콩쿨 무대도 저만의 독주라고 생각하는 자세를 가지려고 하고 있어요. 사실 바이올린과는 거의 제 인생의 대부분을 같이 해왔기 때문에 저를 힘들게 할 때도 많지만 제가 가장 사랑하고 아끼는 존재입니다. 작곡가가 전달하고 싶은 메시지와 또 제 자신이 관객들에게 전달하고 싶은 메시지를 모두 다 설득력 있게 잘 전달할 수 있는 그런 연주자가 되고 싶습니다.
Time to set the facts straight. Get Korea right.
안녕하세요. 방크에서 활동하는 박지은 연구원입니다. 한글은 600년의 역사를 가진 우리나라 고유의 문자인데요. 한글에 대해 잘 모르는 분도 많고 또 잘못된 정보를 접한 분도 꽤 있더라고요. 사이버 외교사절 딴 방크의 일원으로서 제가 한글에 대한 올바른 정보를 전달해 드릴게요. 한글은 조선 4대 왕인 세종대왕이 1443년에 창제한 글자예요. 한글은 자음과 모음으로 구성되어 있는데요. 자음은 입술, 이, 목구멍과 같이 발음기관의 모양이나 그 움직임을 본떠 만들었고요. 모음은 하늘, 땅, 사람을 본떠 만들었답니다. 한글의 창제 원리와 사용법을 써놓은 훈민정음 해례본은 1962년 대한민국 국보로 지정되었고 1997년 유네스코 세계기록유산으로 등재되었습니다. 창적이고 과학적이며 아름다운 문자인 한글, 한국인의 위대한 문화유산입니다. 한국 바로 알리기. 여러분도 함께 해주세요.
held its first debate over the weekend.
The economy is expected to expand 2.5% this year.
To Korea's ties with its global partners on the sidelines of the Status UN summit. A massive drone attack on Ukraine overnight on Monday and Tuesday.
Arirang.
안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to Thursday's edition of The Culture Wave. I'm Kwon So-ah in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-comebacks, K-literature, K-everything. And we're going to do all of that together with my co-host Bella Kim. Hello, Bella.
Hi, Soa, and hello to everyone joining us today on The Culture Wave. I'm Bella, back again to co-host and fill you guys in with the latest in K-entertainment, especially focused on new releases.
So let's kick off with K-entertainment then, Bella.
Sure.
So we're going to kick off with some happy news on who is it?
JYP. Park Jin-young recently was named co-chair of the Presidential Pop Culture Committee, has released a new single, Happy Hour, on Wednesday. This marks his first single in about a year since Easy Lover. The new song is a self-written and composed ballad in his signature emotional style, and he teamed up with singer-songwriter Kwon Jin-ah for it. Blending country pop rhythms with Park Jin-young's comforting lyrics and, of course, Kwon Jin-ah's delicate vocals, the duet create a soothing synergy designed to ease the fatigue of daily life. This song portrays the small joys of plugging in earphones after a long day at work and finding quiet happiness on the way home. Park said that he wanted to send comfort and encouragement to everyone living through intense, demanding days. And to celebrate the release, Park Jin-young will hold a solo concert titled Happy Hour at Gyeonggi University's Peace Hall in Seoul on December 13th and 14th. Both the new release and the concert will definitely be happy hours to his fans.
So that's why both Park Jin-young and Kwon Jin-ah appeared on a very famous talk show yesterday that I watched. And Kwon Jin-ah, her voice is really transparent.
I know.
Maybe would that be the expression?
I've been a fan of her since K-pop star. What was it? The K
Right, one of the audition
yes,
programs. Same
with Park
here.
Jin-young as a judge, right?
Exactly. And Park Jin-young, he's got style like always.
Yes.
And now, Bella, fans of this next veteran K-pop star that we're going to talk about will also be happy, right?
Definitely. TVXQ member Yunho is stepping into a new chapter with his first full-length solo album, I Know. This is his first full-length album as a solo artist and comes 22 years since his debut. The album released on Wednesday unfolds around the concept of fake and documentary, exploring the duality between Yunho, the artist, and Jung Yunho, the man. I Know features 10 tracks in total, led by double title tracks, Stretch and Body Languages. Yunho described the new album as his most personal project yet. He shared that he felt ready to reveal a more vulnerable side of him after over 2 decades in this industry. If you haven't listened to the album yet, make sure to give it a listen.
I will do that myself, and I can't believe it's the first full-length album that we're seeing from him. And last but not least, we have a new release in the field of K-drama.
That is correct. Korean artist Yoo-mi, who gained global popularity through the Netflix hit Squid Game, of course, has returned in another Netflix series As You Stood By, or 당신이 죽었다 in Korean. On Wednesday, a press conference for As You Stood By was held at CGV Yongsan Park Mall in Seoul with director Lee Jung-lim and lead actors Jeon So-ni, Lee Yoo-mi, Jang Seung-jo, and Lee Moo-sang attended. The new series is based on Japanese novel Naomi and Kanako and depicts the story of two women who decide to commit murder after being left with no choice but to kill or to be killed. In the series, Yumi delivered a passionate performance as Hisu, a victim of domestic violence. As You Stood By consists of a total of 8 episodes and will be released globally on Netflix on Friday, that's tomorrow Korea time, November 7th.
Well, I feel like the Korean title sounds pretty frightening because 당신이 죽였다 would mean in English you killed, murdered the person. Yeah. So and also from what I see from the trailer, a lot of suspicious scenes that we're seeing. Sounds like something very exciting coming up. Thank you, Bella, for today's stories. And Bella, you may have not met her yet.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
We're now going to go over to our AI anchor Ari, or Arirang, of course, who joined this week. Arirang, over to you.
Hello and welcome to your AI guide to the latest cultural updates from Korea. Here's our top story. The epic forum in Gyeonggi may have concluded, but the epic effect continues to draw large crowds to the southeastern city. Tourist spots visited by key foreign dignitaries, including the Gyeonggi National Museum and Pangnidangi, have become new travel hotspots, while Donggun Palace in Warji Pond, as well as the iconic UNESCO World Heritage Site, Bulguksa Temple, continue to welcome steady streams of domestic and international visitors. The popularity of local treats, such as Hwangnam bread, has resulted in long lines, and a special exhibition showcasing Silla gold crowns is attracting record crowds. City officials plan to leverage the epic momentum to position Gyeongju as a major global tourism hub. The Culture Ministry is offering a double happiness temple stay promotion throughout November, providing a 50% discount on participation fees. The event is part of the nationwide autumn season travel campaign, held in conjunction with the Korea Grand Festival. Currently, 158 temples across the country offer temple stay programs that help relieve the stress of modern life through activities such as tea ceremonies with monks, meditation, Buddhist services, and temple cuisine classes. Their popularity is growing, especially among foreigners, with 31 temples now designated as foreigner-friendly temples, each staffed with multilingual personnel. The Hangang bus service has surpassed 10,000 passengers just 5 days after resuming operations. First launched in mid-September, it drew more than 27,500 passengers within its initial 10 days before being temporarily suspended due to technical issues. Following extensive test runs and safety inspections, the service officially resumed on November 1st. Designed to improve convenience for both locals and tourists, the Hangang bus now operates 16 times a day at 90-minute intervals, connecting Magog and Tamsil. That's all from me. Stay tuned to the Culture Wave.
Good news for book lovers in the metropolitan region. One of the largest public libraries in the country is open as of this past weekend on a trial basis with green initiatives and AI-based activities. Cha Yun-kyung has the details.
This is a newly built Gyeonggi Provincial Library in Gyeonggi Convergence Town. It covers an area of about 27,000 square meters and has 5 floors above ground and 4 below, making it the largest public library in the country, excluding the National Library. Since it is operated as a climate and environment library, the first and fourth floors feature specialized spaces for material on those topics. The use of disposable products is also kept to a minimum.
We're trying to minimize many of the items we've been using, such as papers used for information boards, book location printouts, and other disposable products.
On the second floor, there is a World Friends Book Village, designed for children and families. It offers multilingual material from 22 countries, ranging from English to Vietnamese. There is also a service where AI learns family members' voices and reads books to children. On the first basement level, there is an AI studio where visitors can use 8 types of generative AI tool for free. The library features a spiral structure with no walls or doors, and each floor includes various hands-on and experimental spaces, making it a unique environment. Its opening hours are 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. from Tuesday to Friday and 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays. The library will be operated on a trial basis until the end of the year and will officially begin full operation next year. 차윤경, 아리랑 뉴스.
추억은 뜬 소문처럼 불어나 거대해져 그날의 우리 등산은 도대체 왜 하는 걸까 뭐하러 힘들게 높이 오를까 어차피 내려올 걸 알면서도 뭐하러 그렇게 높이 오를까 술은 또 왜 그리들 마시는 걸까 뭐하러 몸 배려가면서 노나 어차피 깨버릴 걸 알면서도 뭐하러 그렇게 취하려 들까 내가 지금 마음이 차가운 건 따뜻한 적이 있었기 때문이야 나는 그냥 아무렇지 않았으면 좋겠어 이렇게 다시
Perfect weather to bundle up and go hiking as we just saw. While temperatures are cooling down with the beginning of November here in Korea, the K-pop scene is heating up with new songs. Veteran K-pop star comebacks and a growing presence of ballads in the music charts. Let's talk about the latest K-pop trends with our K-pop expert, Jeff Benjamin, who is now connected with us. So welcome back, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Happy to see you back. Now, Jeff, it's hard to tell when the best time for a song release or a comeback is because everyone seems to be busy in the K-pop world. But how is the K-pop lineup looking in the month of November?
Yeah, well, November is an interesting time because it's not quite the end of the year, right? But it's kind of your last chance to really make an impact on the scene, right? Right now, everyone is getting ready to think about what was the best of the year, what came out this year, who made the most impact. Soon enough, especially in Korea, there's going to be a lot of year-end award shows. So these are kind of like artists' last chance to really make that impact, really get on people's radars, and also give a lot of great promotional opportunities. It's also a lot of big stages that are coming. There's a lot of big award shows. The Mama Awards will be taking place at the end of November, and that's always a big award show that kind of kicks off everything. So it's a really big time and exciting time right now.
So, Jeff, let's get into more details and start with solo acts. Former Wonder Girls member Sunmi is releasing her first full-length album. If I'm correct, you got the chance to talk to her recently. And Super Junior's Kyuhyun is returning too. So these are some second-generation idols. What do you make of these veteran artists' comebacks?
Yeah, I was so delighted to talk to Sunmi for the first time ever, actually, and just a really great moment for her because, like you said, this is her first ever full length album, and it's an interesting timing because actually, it's been 15 years since she, with the Wonder Girls, broke the record in the U.S. And made history by being the very first K-pop group to ever, first K-pop artist at all to break into the Billboard Hot 100. So it was kind of this full circle moment because we got to talk a little bit about that. We reflected on her time during that time, and it actually got a bit emotional because I think she just remembered, the hardships and things she went through. She was very young. She, it was 15 years ago. She's only 33, so that was about in her teens. And just coming to this full moment where she is now releasing her first full album. She wrote every single song on this album, period. She arranged and co-produced most of all the songs as well. So I think it's this really huge moment for Sunmi, and I'm so proud of her. And yeah, it was just a really great talk. I can't wait for everyone to check that out.
Wow, that sounds very interesting that you got to meet Sunmi. And now we want to talk about some big boy groups as well. Who's back in the scene this month? And also, what transformation or notable points should we kind of look out for?
Yeah, well, Stray Kids are the ones really to look out for, I think. They are coming back with their third big release of the year. They released a mixtape towards the top of the year. They had their Karma album earlier this year, and now we're getting another album, a mixtape of sorts called Do It. That's going to have a lot of tracks on it. But, Stray Kids is just really not slowing down and really, like I was saying before, really wants to make sure that 2025 is their year. They already made history with 7 #1 albums in the US so far. They're just keep getting bigger and bigger. And they made this album while going on a stadium tour around the world. They're doing so much. So I think Stray Kids is going to blow it out of the water. We got NCT Dream coming out with a new album that looks a bit more mature, a bit more exciting in the middle of the month. Other boy bands to look out for. Monsta X will be back with a new single. ONF, Gravity, Just B is a rising group I'm really interested in these days, as well as New Beat, this new boy band. And I don't know if you can call them, they are a male group, but the virtual idol group, Plave, will also be making their comeback. And I'm super excited for that one as well.
Wow, definitely will be a packed November with K-pop.
Sure it is. And now we talked about Sunmi, a solo return. We talked a bit about some boy group returns. Now we're going to talk about a member of a boy group, and he was recently the MC for the APEC Gala Dinner, Cha Eun-woo, whose album will be released soon, but we shouldn't forget that he's in the military, serving in the military. So having things ready to release while you're serving in the military seems to have become almost the norm. So tell us the latest.
Yeah, definitely. I was kind of surprised to see him, but very delighted to see him at the Apex Summit. Because, yeah, we did not get to see him as active as we may want him to be. But of course, he is fulfilling his mandatory military service. But this will be his second mini album as a soloist. I loved his first album, actually. Identity was on 2004, I believe it was released, and it made Billboard's best K-pop albums of the year. And I just love when an artist is able to showcase a new side of themselves. We kind of got this almost haunting, mysterious R&B side of Cha Eun-woo. So it was super satisfying to see that. I can't wait to see what he does with this new album. And to your point as well, releasing albums during, what might be hiatuses or what might be anticipated times away from fans is slowly becoming a norm of being more regular with music releases and connecting with the fans. The BTS members, I think, really solidified this as a trend, if we want to call it that, where they released multiple records while they were serving their time. And that became kind of I think it opened a lot of people's eyes up to the fact that, yeah, there can still be ways to connect with fans, ways to release new music. Do-young and Jungwoo from NCT just announced that they'll be doing their mandatory military service at the top of December, but they have new music on the way. Their agency SM Entertainment confirmed. So I think we can expect more music from them, even if they might not be actively promoting it or, able to see fans face to face.
I hope they do get a little bit of rest though before they enter the military, because they seem to be too busy to, to fill in those almost 2 years with that new music and stuff like that.
Definitely. Very looking forward to those comebacks. And now we want to move on to K-ballads. November is actually also a great time for ballads, one of my favorite genre, of course, which are back on the charts. So why is this, and which kind of ballad songs are on the charts? Please tell us.
Yeah, so it's a great time, of course, for ballads right now. We're seeing artists like Davichi, who are doing really well with their latest hits, of course, called Time Capsule. And we're also seeing artists like Roy Kim. We're seeing artists like Jung Se-hwan. Many of these kind of big performances. And, I don't want to go too far, but I have this theory personally that with the success of K-pop Demon Hunters and of course the song Golden, I just feel like a lot of artists these days, especially Davichi with this new song of theirs, I really feel like artists are really trying to show that they are here as vocalists and really want to make a great vocal moment. I say that because I just thought K-pop Demon Hunters and their big song Golden, sung by EJ, that was just such a great, huge, powerful, big vocal performance. And I feel like a lot of, ballad singers or vocalists might also want to get in there and say, hey, I can, I can be inspired just like that too. So we have a lot of really, really huge songs coming out there. No Words Can Say by Roy Kim right there. Even though Roy Kim, he kind of has a couple signature songs at this point with various seasons, especially his Bomb Bomb, Springtime. But it seems like he's making a new classic for fall. So these are just the songs to get cozy to, have fun with, and just enjoy it, and wrap yourself up in these great melodies and great vocalists especially.
Yeah, I wonder whether we will be able to have another, returning seasonal song this fall, because it's not really easy to become one of those returning songs. And speaking of Davichi, I think we have a huge fan here beside me who listens to the same songs of Davichi over and over again in her car.
Because the other day, so I was in my car, and then we played the Davichi's latest track, Time Capsule, as you've mentioned, and she's like, wait, is this on repeat? Yes, it was definitely on repeat, and it still is, I have to say, with Roy Kim's latest release as well.
So you're really contributing to those charts.
Oh, definitely, yes.
Well,
definitely. And also these days, I see that, the music videos and also social media challenges are just as important as the music itself. Are there any notable promotional or marketing strategies that you're seeing lately? I know with Taonu's latest release, I saw a promotional video this morning that was kind of a concept of Taonu calling his fans and saying, hi, I'm Taonu, I'll be back on the track or whatever.
Right.
So those are kind of the unique way of promoting videos. So what do you see in these trends?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. Anything that you can kind of deliver something a little unexpected, or, maybe a new way of interpreting your song is always really kind of exciting to fans, and it's very refreshing. Of course, we love to see, our favorite idols linking up with one another and doing dance challenges or, trying out their songs like that. But I'm always I'm always a bit more interested, right? If someone finds a really unique way to kind of reinterpret their song or have fun with it, or take an unexpected trend and make it their own in that way. Something that I thought was really, really funny but really clever was Lily from NMIX. Recently, she was singing along to a song by GOT7, I believe, called If You Do. And I didn't know this, but there is a female speaking in the song, and they do have an Australian accent. And little did I know, but I guess it was Lily in it. And she kind of, this song I think is 10 years old at this point. It came out in the fall of 2015, I believe. And here we are now, 10 years later, kind of uncovering something new about this song. And I just think always those things are so clever and so fun because we all have special memories and special feelings about different songs, but if you can interpret it in a different way or showcase us something new or tell us something that we didn't know about something classic, I always think that kind of really resonates with listeners and kind of can almost give the song another lifespan in that way. So I'm always here for anyone who's kind of thinking a bit outside the box. Sometimes I try to think that way too, if I want to share a song I like, just thinking, okay, how else can I interpret this, or what other clever way can I think of? So that's my takeaway, and I love what Eunwoo did with his bandmates as well.
We can see that, Jeff, and that's what we like about your replies in many cases. But Jeff, last but not least, year-end music awards are approaching as well. As you mentioned, Mama is coming up. So how will these comebacks this November impact the year-end competition in the K-pop scene, as well as maybe even the direction of K-pop for next year?
Definitely. Like we said, November is kind of this interesting time where you can kind of, try to figure out what's going to stick and really make that impact for people, not only for, going into the next year, but also in these big award show moments. If you watch the Mamas Live or you watch the year-end shows, there's always, a couple performances or moments that really go viral online, or everyone's sharing, everyone's talking about, whether it's the fashion, whether it's the performance itself, whether it's a reaction in the audience. There's all these kind of opportunities, I think, to really display, whatever you might be proud of from the year, but also a really great chance for those artists who are releasing later year music. And you can just kind of make an even larger impact in that way. And I think that's kind of almost a huge advantage of releasing at the end of this year and making sure that you kind of do have that impact, get people excited if you've got a tour, coming up in the new year or whatever it might be, because I think it can just end things on a very refreshing note. So big shout out to the ones who are getting ready for those award show performances. I know they're not easy to prepare. I'm sure there's a lot of nerves going on, but I can't wait to see what they have prepared for us.
Same here. Can't wait for that celebrative mood coming up. And thank you, Jeff, as always, for that. Always great talking to you, and have a wonderful month of November filled with K-pop, of course.
Thank you, Jeff.
Filled with Davichi, I think, only.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
And thank you, Bella, as always. Make sure to listen to your favorite songs on your way home, and see you back tomorrow.
Yes, I'll see you back tomorrow.
Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave. Please join us again tomorrow on Friday at 2 p.m. Korea time, and maybe one day here in Korea.